5 in the 24. Out to Neely. 3, 2. Worthy steals the ball, and the half's over. That basket will not count.
No, it'll count. There was 6 seconds ahead.
I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong clock. I was looking at the 24, which expired. The game clock still had 6 seconds. Yep, good call. Coming up next, Cotton Fitzsimmons. Byron Scott wound up the half with 6 points. The leading scorer for the Lakers was Kareem. We'll tell you all those details during the half on the Lakers Basketball Network.
Thank you for being with us.
My pleasure, Jake.
You should be put in jail. How can you steal a guy like Reggie Theus and take nothing away from Steve Johnson, but Theus is tailor-made for your club?
Well, he was out there. He was available. A lot of teams could have got him, but, one thing that helped us is the cap. Because I think the teams that are sitting on the cap would have gotten Theus ahead of us. So it was a break for us.
In fact, Jerry West talked about the fact the Lakers couldn't touch him.
I think that's the way it was with New Jersey, the Knicks, and a lot of other ball clubs. So we were delighted to get him because we don't have that talented of players on our ball club. He is without a doubt the most talented player we have on our ball club right now.
One of the quickest, greatest penetrating guys in the league is Larry Drew on your ball club. He was carrying the assist load. Now with Theus, he doesn't have to do that.
Takes a lot of pressure off of him, and Larry not only can pass the ball for assist, but Larry can also score, and this will take a lot of pressure off of Larry, allow him to score a little bit more for us, and it's helped our play already, and we won't see the high-scoring Reggie Theus, the vintage Reggie Theus that we used to watch in Chicago, because he sat down too much this year. And you know how it is in this league. You're a fine-tuned machine. You sit out a little bit, and the ball doesn't go in the basket for you.
Former Coach of the Year, last year runner-up for Coach of the Year in the NBA, and in his 6th year at Kansas City. Cotton, I think about you as a motivator. How do you motivate?
Well, there's different ways, I guess you do. And I think the way I try to do, really, is to approach each game differently. I try to treat the players like I would like to be treated. I realize we're not going to win all the ball games, and I have to be able to control myself and contain myself and be very careful what I say after we do lose a ball game, because I realize there's another game the next night, and I have to go back in there and I have to make another approach to them, and I do it in different ways. Now, I don't motivate out of fear. Some people do. Hubie Brown is that type of coach and does a good job. But I don't do that. I do it more out of positive things. I bring up the positive things that we've done, try to give them encouragement and give them confidence and go from there.
Do you ever take it into a private situation with a player, or is it always as a group?
No, all the time. I do it always. Of course, you always do things with a group. You always do that. But I talk to my players privately, individual, all the time. Anytime I think a guy needs a boost, we talk about it, see what we can do to build his spirits up. And, anytime when a guy I don't think is really doing a good job, we sit down, we talk about it, and see if we can get him on the right track. I think you have to do that. I've always been a teacher. I know that. I went to college and to get a degree to teach, and I consider myself a teacher more so than a coach.
Now, the other night, after a tough win at Indiana, you were on the road, and they won 4 out of 5. That's marvelous on the road. Then you went to Cleveland. You're down by 14 at the half. Did you get after them at halftime?
Well, I let them know what was happening, because we'd gone to New York. We lost the ball game. It didn't play well. And now we're in Cleveland the next night, and they jump us 59-45. Now, I think Cleveland's doing pretty good this year, but I don't think they're that good. So I did get their attention. We had like a little fireside chat there at half. And really and truly, when I finally got to them, I just asked them, where was the team that left Indiana with me with that win? And somewhere between Indiana, New York, and Cleveland, I lost them. Well, they came back the second half, really responded and played well.
Does the age of a player make a difference so far as accepting motivation?
No, I don't think so at all. I don't think so at all. I've never had any problem with that at all. I think it's easier to coach the veteran players. I think they understand a lot quicker, and they realize that you are trying to help them. Whereas you take a youngster. I have a young kid, LaSalle Thompson, who I think is doing a fine job, and eventually he's going to be really a pretty good center in this league because he's so strong rebounding-wise and shot-blocking-wise. But a lot of times he takes my criticism to be personal, and he doesn't realize that I'm trying to help him. Whereas if you have a Jabbar, as smart as Jabbar is, all you have to do is look at him. You never have to tell him he makes a mistake. He knows when he makes that mistake.
You don't make many, and that's why I think that your club's going to be in the playoffs, and for that, we wish you the best, Cotton.
Thank you, Chick.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, more coming up on the Lakers Basketball Network. Laker lead.